Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to Finance with John. Got a couple things I want to cover today regarding Fubo, a couple updates. I'm doing these every I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks, probably 3 weeks now at this point. Um, I feel like that's good. There's not a ton of news coming out. This is the quiet period for them anyway. We still have another month or so until Q2 earnings and hopefully results from the lawsuit. So, a couple of things I want to jump through today. As always, this is not financial advice. Please do your own research. But jumping in here, finally, I get to say the stock has some movement. I feel like the last couple of months it's just been pretty much nothing. But really, since June 21st, the last 2 weeks, we've had a pretty steady, pretty much bottomed out around 110, bottomed out for now. I'm not going to say it's totally done, but it hit 110 and it's pretty much been on a steady upward trend into the dollar 30s. I think it touched $1.35 today. So actually good to see some life back into this thing. I don't know if there's any real catalysts. I'll kind of get into some of those a bit later. But we have had kind of a steady increase. I think it's I don't know, somewhere around 20% in that last 2 weeks. So hopefully it has bottomed out. Really, there's no saying, but I think we do have a couple catalysts that could be keeping this kind of going at this point. But really, the big news the other day was Fubo and NBC Universal. They struck an agreement, basically. So NBC Universal is owned by Comcast, and so this is you do kind of see this divide where these companies are picking sides a bit more. Comcast is a huge company. They're arguably one of the kind of dinosaur type companies like Disney and a lot of them. But they seem to see the value in Fubo. There's been a couple things where they've been working a little more closely. I know Comcast recently, or I guess technically Xfinity, they dropped Bally Sports, and so they were actually promoting Fubo on their actual Xfinity website. So there's been a couple new updates as far as Comcast kind of siding with Fubo. Unofficially, I hope it's something that grows a bit more. I feel like a lot of those older companies, they need to kind of invest more in the streaming space with somebody who really knows what they're doing. In my opinion, I think that's Fubo. They seem to be really reinventing that space, trying to differentiate it from cable and satellite. But in really with in the upcoming 3 to 4 weeks, Olympics will be kicking off. So you can access all Fubo subscribers can access all of the Olympic 2024 coverage, which is huge. It's going to be cross-platform, which I really think. I'm not like an IT guy, but I know they recently launched, or I guess upgraded the unified platform that Fubo kind of houses everything on. So I think this is kind of a taste of really just where they're kind of going, of being able to kind of turn on and off different kinds of content on their platform very easily. So if they can gain access or get access to the content, they can easily just plug it into their platform and give people access very quickly and easily. So I hope this is something where we see kind of more growth in this relationship between them and Comcast. I think that can be a huge catalyst for them going forward, driving more users to the platform, getting more ad revenue, things like that. And then I guess I wasn't really going to touch on it, but actually, you know what? No, I'm not even going to. The Xfinity, basically their version of Apple TV, Roku, whatever, the Xfinity version of that is now allowing Fubo on their platform. I don't know that it's any real catalyst. It's really, I think all the other platforms are already on there. It's just one more place people can find Fubo. So hopefully, they might add a couple hundred users or something there, but I don't view it as a crazy catalyst at this point, so I'm not even really going to pull it up. But that was really the big one on the Olympics front. If you check, so I have an iPhone. I've been checking the iOS store, App Store, for just the entertainment rankings. For the last couple of weeks, really, Fubo's been pretty much beating YouTube TV on the rankings by several places. So good to see that with Euro Cup and UEFA and Copa and all of the World Cup soccer games, we're actually seeing some positivity for Fubo, where they are actually ranking higher than YouTube TV. I think that's pretty big. The fact that, YouTube TV, clearly they're, it's Google, like they're the the top dog in that space. So the fact that Fubo has been pretty consistently beating them on the iOS store is pretty good to see. But I continue to track that. I imagine it'll be interesting to see if the Olympics, what that'll do. But if we continue to see Fubo beating YouTube TV, that'll be kind of a good sign that they're continuing to drive more people to the platform. I know they're enticing them with some free trials and things like that. It'll be interesting to see just how many of those people they can retain. I know when they signaled it on the Q1 earnings call, they were, as usual, kind of sandbagging what they were expecting for Q2 earnings and saying that they were going to lose subscribers. I think there's pretty good potential they're going to beat by a strong amount on the subscriber front. And revenue and ad revenue. I think they're driving a ton more people to the platform. I think they're just sandbagging the crap out of their numbers, which I'm fine with. I think the stock price is going to respond well if we continue in this uptrend. I think it'll just kind of fuel the momentum that they're seeing right now. So more to come on that. But if you've been, I guess I'll jump into this now. Follow me on X/Twitter if you want to get more Fubo updates. There's a solid Fubo community of us on there. I go by Finance with John. That's my @ there at John DiGeronimo. That's my name. A lot of Fubo content on here that I've been sharing just Fubo content and mountain biking shit. So depends on what you want. But mostly Fubo content is what I've been sharing on there. We have a solid community. A lot of us kind of talking about the stock. Expectations and what's happening, so follow me there if you want some more of those updates. I share on there mostly on a daily basis, since I try to just keep up with whatever's happening there, what's happening with the stock and updates with the company, versus here where I'm only posting every couple weeks. And I guess now I'll just plug, if you want to please like and subscribe to this channel. It's a huge help. You guys were insane on that last video. That was my best performing one. Please continue to do that. I think I was at 68 subscribers last time. I only wanted one to hit 69, but I think I just broke 100. So thank you so much. This is still a tiny channel, but I really appreciate it. And then, so if you want to follow me on X as well, that would be great. As for Fubo itself, I think there's a ton more catalysts here with just their technology. They're attracting people to the platform. Really, their main pitch, getting away from cable and satellite TV, is they're trying to create a new type of way that people can interact with live TV on their platform, and they're starting to implement some of those. I've been a subscriber for about 2.5 years at this point. I have noticed the platform get a lot better, less glitchy, just cleaner, nicer looking. But one thing I will say, so I tested the, and if you're not a subscriber to Fubo, I don't get paid to say this, but I think it's worth checking out at least. They do free trials, things like that. But if you do, so now they have unlimited DVR. I tested it this week with some of the Euro Cup games, so the Romania versus Netherlands game. I DVR'd the game. It automatically created these highlights. So this is, when you record it, it created this basically 13-minute highlight reel of everything that happened in the game. So it's all DVR driven. They have unlimited now. So I'm sure we'll see more expansion on this. I think it's really just with soccer, basketball, and baseball, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But honestly, it works pretty nice. I just, you just DVR it and it'll create these highlights. On another front, I didn't actually notice, just they've created a lot more of these kind of categories. I know there's a ton of channels on here, a lot of things that I don't know of, but some of these like entertainment picks, like easy watching, everybody loves, like some of these, it's just suggesting them because there's tons of content on the platform that you just can't really find. And that's been one of my real nitpicks of theirs over the last couple of months, is that they have hundreds of channels, but it's like, how do I find, things that would, that I'd enjoy watching? Because really, like, I honestly, like, Outside TV, which I think is one of their fast channels, and then this Bike Mag channel. I'm big into mountain biking and shit like that. I really had to find that, but it's starting to suggest more like outdoor type things on the platform. So I think they are trying to pick up a bit more on using those data points that they're collecting on their users to just suggest things that are would be more relevant. But on the other front, on the AI integration on their platform, if you go on the bottom, this Fubo Labs, I think there's been some coverage of this. If you've already seen it, just skip over. This is the last thing I'm going to cover. But really, this is kind of cool just to see like where they're trying to go. Where they're trying to go with coverage. So I didn't record. I've honestly been watching more college football than NFL in the last couple of years, but I do have a couple Kansas City Chiefs games, so you can actually filter just kind of a quick use case of their Fubo Labs that they're, this is just kind of their beta testing platform within here. But if you do kind of select on the team you want to watch and then the types of plays, you can really go in and just filter, and it'll kind of create like a playlist of those. It's using AI to basically pick out these kinds of plays that you want to see. So each one of these games here, so I just picked on Kansas City Chiefs and touchdowns. Here, this game between the Chiefs and Ravens, there's 3 plays where there were touchdowns. Chiefs versus Raiders, there were 4 plays in here, but you can really just kind of like pick whatever whatever kind of play you want to zero in on, and it'll just, it already I don't know how their software works, but you can really just isolate what you want to see, and then it's super quick. This is a 48-second clip of just a couple fumbles, so it's like just seeing how it works live in action. Pretty cool. There's the fumble. So I think it just shows kind of where they're going. I think there's a ton of capability here. For a while, everyone argues Fubo really doesn't have a moat, really no reason where people are going to pick them over the competition. I think if they can really get this AI tech to work and market it well, it can really help them stand out from the competition. So that's kind of where I'm at. Super bullish on where things are going in the next couple of weeks. We do have, obviously we've been wrapping up World Cup soccer. We'll have Olympic coverage. We'll have hopefully some sort of future on this lawsuit. I am personally bullish on the lawsuit. That could really swing either way, but I think, if things can swing in their favor for the lawsuit, that can be huge if they get paid out damages or just get better terms as far as their negotiating power with Disney, Fox, and Warner Brothers. So between all those catalysts and then going into Q2 earnings will probably be about a month from now in the first week of August. Plus, startup of football season. We have political ad spend this fall. Tons of catalysts. I'm feeling good about the stock price moving up right now. We'll see. as always, feel free to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Bye.